The celestial tides moved tonight to deliver this note straight to your tired spirit, because somewhere in the vast score of being, it was decided you had to hear it now. The stars arranged themselves in shapes they haven't worn for ages. The moon murmured to the seas, and the air carried your name across lands until it found this instant, this breath, this sliver where time curves itself around your hunger for these lines. You've been carrying everything, haven't you? The load of everyone's hopes, their troubles, their feelings, their demands, until you can hardly recall what it's like to live without a weight pressing on your chest. Like a steady ox in an endless field, you've hauled burden after burden until the grooves in your spirit run so deep that even in sleep you're still dragging something behind you. It began so quietly, this beautiful curse of caring. Maybe it started in childhood when you first noticed that your sensitivity could ease another's pain, that your power could brace their weakness. Early on, you learned love could be earned by service, that acceptance arrived through usefulness, that the safest way to belong was to become necessary. You made yourself the keeper of calm, the guardian of comfort, the one they dialed when storms rose. And you answered every time because that's who you are. Someone who arrives, someone who cares, someone who turns their own hurt into a bridge others can pass to reach safety. You made yourself indispensable by never stopping, irreplaceable by refusing to break. But even the strongest shoulders weren't built to hold up a world. Even the deepest wells run dry when they pour without receiving. Even the kindest hearts need refilling when they empty themselves day after day without pause. They don't see how much you carry because you got so skilled at carrying it. Your grace under pressure has become your cell. Your competence has become your cage. They confuse your strength with invulnerability, your service with identity. But you know the boundary between helping and vanishing, between being useful and losing yourself to utility. You've become an expert at invisible labor, the emotional work that keeps bonds smooth, the mental load that ensures nothing slips, the spiritual lifting that holds families and friendships together. You carry not only others' burdens, but their possible burdens, their coming griefs, their quiet fears. Each morning you wake already thinking who needs what from you today. Before your feet touch the floor, your mind is logging the calls to make, the problems to mend, the people to check on. Your own care becomes an afterthought, a task for after everyone else is settled, which, of course, never arrives. Every weight you shouldered, every crisis you steered, every yes you spoke when your soul whispered no, built the lovely prison you live in. Bars forged from other people's gratitude, walls raised from their reliance, a lock made from your belief that your worth equals your usefulness. You have permission to set it down, not forever, not with a flourish, just for now, just long enough to remember life without the load, to hear your breathing without sinking to another's rhythm, to feel your heart without calculating whose needs come next. This isn't denying your nature or rejecting your gifts. Your compassion is real. Your care is true. Your desire to help rises from the most beautiful corner of your soul. This is remembering that you too are worthy of care, that your needs matter as much as those you serve. You have permission to be tired without instantly planning how to push through. You have permission to feel overwhelmed without drafting an action plan to fix it all. You have permission to admit you are human, not a machine built to process others' problems without wear. Each day you refuse yourself rest. You teach others your needs. Don't count that your fatigue is the cost of their ease, that strong people don't need support, that helpers don't need help. But that isn't true. What if caring for yourself is the most generous act? Not only for you, but for everyone who benefits from your presence. When you're empty, you give the dregs the last drops of patience, the thinnest shreds of compassion. When you're replenished, You give overflow abundance, a well that fills others because it first filled itself. This moment isn't asking you to abandon anyone. It's asking you to remember you deserve care too, that the one who shows up for all also needs someone who shows up for them. Love does not shrink when you include yourself in its circle. Compassion does not vanish when you extend it to your own ache. You've been strong for everyone. Now be gentle with yourself. Offer yourself the patience you extend to others. Offer yourself the same understanding. Give yourself the grace you hand out so freely, because strength without softness grows brittle. Service without self-care turns to depletion. Love without boundaries corrodes into exhaustion. Carrying everything doesn't make you worthy. It makes you weary. Your value was never in the weight, never in the sacrifice, never in the endless yes. Your worth exists beyond all that. You were worthy before you carried anything. You will be worthy even if you set it all down. So set it down for a moment. Set down responsibility for everyone else's joy. Set down the guilt that hisses. You're not doing enough. Set down the fear that love will fade if you stop hauling. And in that release, you may find something unexpected. You remain yourself radiant, worthy, whole. You are not what you carry. You are what stays when the carrying ends. And that is more than enough.